Hello, everyone. I'm back after a 1 week vacation from doing this, and this is Game Collector, and this week I have something, well, a little bit different, as you might obviously tell. The Robot Spirits Gundam 00, or 00 Gundam, from Gundam 00. Let me raise the camera up so you can see the whole box. Let me move the figure aside. Yes, all during the month of February, I will be doing Gundam figures, and probably ones from Gundam 00. And I got this figure back in 2009, because the figures came out in 2008. But because I got it in 09, I got something else that's very special about this box in particular. Something that probably only a few other boxes have if the people got this. And here's the thing, this didn't cost any extra money. Well, it did and it didn't, because BAM! I got Brad Swaile to autograph it. That's right. Yeah, he's the dub voice, but still, it's Brad Swaile! Got him to sign the box. But chances are this figure will never go back in the box and, blah, blah, blah. So I got him to autograph it. On the top there, it is a little bit worn, but otherwise it shows all the little fantastic details and things. No, all the accessories and stuff, which I will also be showing you in even greater detail. So, there's the box. And this little thing is a sleeve, but I don't want to remove it. But I'll just put that off to the side for now. Now we get to focus on the real meat here. I think. I hope you don't take that out of context. 00 Gundam, it has the little GN drives. And yes, I have watched the series. I know what it's for. Granted, I haven't watched it in several months because I caught it in reruns on that one channel where they don't know how to spell sci-fi anymore. Anyway, the GN drives do turn like so and flip. You can lower it down a bit, but you see how it messed with the shoulder there? So I usually just have them facing backwards, but usually not to the sides. As for posability, you obviously saw the GN drive. Head has actually double jointed. It has a ball joint inside the head and a ball joint in the neck. So yeah, that's a lot of articulation in the head right there. In both arms, you have the shoulder is connected to the body via ball joint. The shoulder is on a hinge, so it can extend out and turn. Even the little shoulder pad is on a little hinge joint right there, sort of. Bicep swivel, an elbow hinge joint, and the wrists are on the hands are on ball joints, but you really don't get a lot of movement out of them. They just kind of connect that way. And my God, the legs are just amazing. I've seen people do some crazy bendy stuff with this guy, and oh Lord. Yeah, that's how flexible he is. That's not even using all of the leg. Like that. And even his little fanny pack sword containment system has joints in it, which abruptly make the little sword handles pop out. I guess that's what I get for calling it a fanny pack. Try to push that back in there. Okay, now that we got that posability out of the way, thankfully, I can get down to his accessories and stuff. Now, unfortunately, the big accessory for the 00 Gundam is the O-Riser, which I do not have. I've had several opportunities to get it when it came out for $30, and since I didn't, I can only find them for $50 now. So, if someone somewhere is willing to help me obtain an O-Riser for this guy, I would be happy to pay you back when I get the money. Or rather, you act as a middleman, and I pay you when I get money to give it to you so you can give it to me, blah, 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 and that stuff. And I'd even do a review of it, an amended review of this figure if and when I get an O-Riser. So there's that to look forward to. That aside, this figure is just so great. I like to fiddle with the GN drives, as you can tell, but as for accessories, just for all-around use, you have these two little stabilizer fins, which you can clip onto the GN drives right here. And there, now he has little stabilizer fins. And it really doesn't affect anything except, make them look bigger. Essentially what the O-Riser does. Rather, the O-Riser makes them extremely huge. But again, I don't have one, so I really can't tell. Let me remove the little swords here. GN swords. Sword rifles, rather. Put those off to the side so I can show you a little bit better. These little things. Yeah, this little peg right by my thumb goes into this little hole in the back of his arm there. Like so. Now he has two little arm shield dagger things. Or if you don't like little tiny shields, you can just pull that one off and spread them out a little bit. And then peg them in, and you have giant shield that can guard your back? What? Yeah, it doesn't really look like that great of a shield. I think they're better off hanging off the GN drives. Or just having them on one on each arm. Because that looks really unyieldy and difficult to block with. It doesn't look like a practical shield at all. This coming from a Gundam series. But then again, if you compare it to the shield from the RX-78, the original Gundam, or the O Gundam, if you have seen 00, both of those shields are way better. I think the Exia has a shield too, but I don't have the Exia. If it does have a shield, it's probably a heck of a lot better than this thing right here. That doesn't make any sense. So I'll just clip these back onto the GN drives here. And being an anime figure, you've probably guessed by now, he has more than one pair of hands. Yup. You have the default fists, which he comes with in the box. And this is the ball joint that holds those hands in place. Even I get terrified when I change the hands out. Because look at that. Better yet, let me adjust the camera a bit. Let me set them down there. It's about to get very blurry, and I'm sorry. There's that sword handle falling out again. Slide that back in there and put him right there. And there you go. Things just got really blurry because I adjusted it wrong. And I cannot wait to get a camera with autofocus, so I won't have this problem of adjusting the camera all the time. Yeah, that little itty bitty tiny ball joint right there. You can probably tell why I'm afraid of changing the hands out. But considering the age of this figure, they've actually stayed in pretty good shape. Now, if you just saw that right there, this kind of pulled up a little bit and almost out of this little blue joint here. I'm not so much afraid of breaking the ball off of the peg. I'm more or less afraid of pulling this whole gray section out of the arm. That being said, I'm going to give him his holding stuff hands, which are also gun hands. I'll just pop those into place. I'm going to get these out of the way first because they keep falling off, and I can always set them off to the side. While they are gun hands, they are technically holding things hands, and beam sabers. Because every Gundam needs lightsabers. I mean beam sabers. And yeah, the blades are the traditional pink color. But unlike most Gundams, instead of being round, these are flat. Now I have to readjust the camera again after giving you that zoom, because I have to readjust the camera every time I go far away or zoom in, and this is why I'm poor. And there he is, holding them there lightsabers. I mean beam sabers. Yes, the Z sabers. I mean beam sabers. Now, while they aren't spectacular, and I have to say I actually lost one of the little handles for over a year because, my God, they're tiny. I did find it, and it wasn't dirty or anything. It was in the exact place where I had lost it, but these things went right back in the box after that because they do not stay on that fanny pack, rear pack charge port. What? They don't exactly stay on there very well. So, yeah. Now, he also, since I'm going to just pull these out now, he also has these, the GN sword rifles, which can be held in their little default state. Not held very well, but they can be held. Whoop! A little bit off, too far to one side. And he also comes with interchangeable parts for them. And all you have to do is pull this blue plate down, pull back, stuff it into the new port, and peg the new port into his arm and into his hand. And there it is in rifle mode, or sword rifle mode, or gunblade mode, or sword rifle mode. And do the exact same thing with the other one, and I put the wrong piece down. Raise that up like so, and now it's a sword. You know, exactly the way it was. So why were these parts included? Well, I don't know. So with this, you have actually quite a few weapon combo options for this guy. You can have a sword and a gun, 2 swords, 2 guns, a sword and a beam saber, or a gun and a beam saber. Or you can just like ditch the whole combination thing altogether because he has one last hand, and my god, I thought I put it in wrong and I didn't. So you have this weird looking piece right here, and boom, one, and this upside down piece here. Boom, too. And there, he has this giant staff thing, which he can fit into one hand, and this is where the third hand comes into play, because it's for his left hand, which I'm afraid of. But yeah, it's dynamic hand with fingers action. And it doesn't want to go in. Figures. Yeah, there you go. The dynamic fingers hand. For when he holds up the giant staff thingy, like so. And I have him out of angle. There, much better. Still technically out of angle. Yeah, right there like that. And awesome. Just take that in for a few seconds. So, after taking that in, I can easily say that this guy's probably, well, I really can't say because I only have two of them. And the other one's coming next week, and you'll see it. I already got him set up and stuff, so there's that. But yeah, if you have the O-Riser for this, and the O-Riser does come with extra parts, you can have like Darth Maul, Uber time. So yeah, that's kind of, oh my god, I just realized the Trans Am feature on all of the Gundams is like the Kritzkrieg. Well, Kritzkrieg combined with the Quick Fix. Wow, that's just really weird. Let me put his normal holding thing hand back in. And take his giant bow staff of slashy, shooty, stabbiness away. And go with my all-time favorite combination. The twin rifles. Rifle swords? Sword rifles? Gun hand? Gundam? 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 What? So, there he is with one rifle and little wings extended outward so they don't get in the way. Well, don't get in the way too much. And there, he has one rifle he can slash with and one rifle he can shoot you in the face with. I hope you've enjoyed this little slice of something different because you'll be getting 3 more. And I hope you enjoyed this review this week. This is Game Collector, and I will see you later.